This is Gus, owned by Gus Boes. What I'm going to do with him on this little demo, Ryan, go back through a few of these force fetch drills, but I'm going to start him off with a fun one. Okay, which means I just say okay and throw it. Good boy, here. Heel. Sit. Good. Drop. Sit. So then I'll just go right into a pile drill. So as you walk out, it's always important that you maintain him at a sit position. And you can vary, how far out you walk to put these. I usually start about 20 yards. And as you can see, I'm spreading them out a little bit. That's to give me time if he switches on me to try and call him off the one that he's switching to. Because this drill is really designed as the force fetch is when he gets one, that one comes back. So as I walk in, sit, okay, fetch. Send him on fetch. When he gets one, here, and I don't care which one he grabs, heel, sit, good, drop, good boy, fetch. The reason it's called a pile drill is there's just multiple objects, in one general area. Heel. Sit. Drop. Good. Fetch. Fetch. And if he looks back at me, I just took a step and put my hand up just to get him going. He has a little tendency to always look up at me. And I'm trying to get him better at, when he gives it to me, drop, to start looking back out, sit, back out to that spot. And when I start doing marks with him, where he's having things thrown for him from out in front, that should help him getting better at, looking out in front instead of just looking up at me. So I'll repeat this. As you can tell, I'm just spreading them out. And then for training, every once in a while when I come back to the puppy that I'm working with, I'll actually walk past him just so he doesn't always think that he's going to go forward when I come back. Heel. Good boy. Sit. Fetch. So there he was looking out. I'm trying to get him, and that just comes with reps and getting him out of a habit of looking up all the time. It's almost like he's looking up at me for me to throw him something. Sit. Drop. Sit. Fetch. Saw there he was looking back out there a little bit. So I kind of look out of my peripheral vision. I don't look down at him. I just kind of wait till I see him tip his head forward. Heel. Then I send him. Sit. Drop. Fetch. That's what he did there. So now I'm going to go into a couple of these diversion drills. So here is the recall command. Heel is the finish command at your side. Sit. So sit, hold, throw drill. Sit, hold. I'll tap his muzzle every once in a while. Drop. Gus. Now release him on his name. There again, I don't know if you could see him look up at me, because when I took that deadfall, I had it in my arm, and he's looking at that. Sit. We'll try that again. Drop. Sit. Gus. There we go. Now, if you send him on his name, Ryan, and he doesn't go, then you got to go back to fetch. So a throw over drill. Heel. As I'm telling him heel, that's when I throw it. So I'm telling him to finish. Drop. Gus. So once he gets it, it's here. When you go to throw it, heel. Sit. Every once in a while, hold. Hold. Drop. Good boy. Gus. Now I'm going to go to just a double diversion drill, and that's working on him, staying at my side. Heel. Sit. Drop. Sit. So I actually gave him a little nick on the collar just to remind him to sit. Gus. There again, I don't care which one he goes after, Ryan. In this case, most of the time they go after the last one you throw. But he's coming in this way, so as he gets to my side, I step back, take a step towards the next one, so he's lined up. Drop. Gus. And that's all about, you know, working his obedience, his heeling, his pivoting. It's all part of this. Good boy. Sit. Drop. Sit. So this time I'll throw him the opposite. Gus. You saw him look over at that one, but he ended up going for the last one I threw. So now he's coming in, but the other one's over to my right. Heel, the leaf blowing in. I'm going to step towards the next one. Here. Heel. Sit. Drop. Good boy. Ready? Gus. So I'm going to go back to a couple fun ones. Heel. Sit. Good boy. Drop. And then to release him, okay. It's the okay word. Now I'm going to turn around. I've got that one laying back there. That's the one I threw behind me. So when I get done with this next fun throw, what I typically do is use that as a training scenario. Heel. Drop. Okay. Ready? What I'm talking about there is I'll reinforce the fetch command with my E-collar, just to let him know that that stimulation with that word means you got to pick it up. Sit. Drop. So what I'll do is I'll just pivot, heel, sit, but as I send him, fetch, I just use the E-collar to push him out there. Heel, sit, good boy, drop. Heel. So that's Gus. Gus is owned by Gus Boes.